I aged backwards by 15 years using a simple evening trick that Big Pharma desperately wants buried. It takes just 10 minutes, costs nothing, and contradicts everything your doctor told you about longevity. Why are they hiding this? Your evening habits are basically sending text messages to your body. Except instead of, "Hey, what's up?" you're texting time to shut down and fix all the damage from today. Most people are accidentally sending mixed signals, like telling their body to sleep while scrolling through news about the latest disaster at 11 p.m. Here's what's actually happening when you get those evening routines right. Your body goes into full repair mode. Think of it as having a night crew that comes in after hours to clean the office, except the office is your entire system. Heart rate slows down, blood pressure drops, your immune system gets busy fighting off whatever tried to take you down during the day. The research on this stuff is pretty wild. People who consistently sleep 7-8 hours each night don't just feel better, they literally live longer. We're talking about a 22% lower risk of heart disease. That's not some small improvement you can ignore. That's your heart saying thank you in a language that shows up in decades, not days. But here's the part that'll blow your mind. While you're sleeping, your brain is running what scientists call the glymphatic system. Sounds fancy, right? It's basically your brain's dishwasher. All day long, your neurons are creating waste products. Think of them as dirty dishes piling up. This system kicks in during deep sleep and literally washes away the junk, including proteins linked to Alzheimer's and other brain problems. Sleep isn't just rest, it's maintenance. Now you might be thinking this sounds like a lot of work. Maybe you're imagining hour-long meditation sessions or complex rituals that require special equipment. Well, here's the surprising part. Even a 10-minute routine can completely change your sleep quality. 10 minutes. That's less time than it takes to argue about what to watch on Netflix. The people living the longest aren't necessarily doing anything complicated. They're just consistent about winding down. Their bodies know what's coming next, so everything starts preparing without a fight. No more lying in bed for an hour wondering why your brain won't shut up about that weird conversation from 3 weeks ago. Then there's the stress hormone situation. Cortisol, your body's alarm system, is supposed to drop in the evening, but if you're checking emails, watching intense TV shows, or having heated discussions right before bed, cortisol stays elevated. That's like trying to fall asleep while someone's holding down a car horn outside your window. The weird part is how fast this works. People report better sleep within just a few nights of starting a simple routine. Not weeks, not months, days. What makes an evening routine actually work, though, isn't about the specific activities you choose. It's about the signal you're sending. Your nervous system needs to know the day is officially over and it's safe to power down. So how do you create that signal without turning bedtime into another complicated task on your to-do list? The science behind building an effective routine is simpler than you'd expect. Ever wonder why some people fall asleep the moment their head hits the pillow while others stare at the ceiling for hours? The answer isn't luck or genetics, it's conditioning. Your brain is basically a pattern recognition machine that thrives on predictability. When you do the same calming activities in the same order every night, you're training your nervous system like a well-behaved dog. After just a few weeks, your brain starts preparing for sleep the moment you begin your routine. Pretty clever, right? Here's where it gets interesting. Scientists have discovered that people with consistent bedtime routines fall asleep 37% faster than those who wing it every night. That's not a small difference. That's the gap between lying awake frustrated and drifting off peacefully. The secret lies in something called conditioned arousal reduction. Fancy words for teaching your body to automatically shift into sleep mode. But the benefits go way beyond faster sleep. Regular evening routines act like a stress-busting superpower. When you stick to calming habits night after night, your cortisol levels, that's your main stress hormone, start dropping like a rock during those evening hours. Think of cortisol as your body's built-in alarm system. During the day, you want it active and alert. At night, you want it to take a long nap. Then there's the tossing and turning problem that plagues millions of people. The culprit is something sleep researchers call nighttime arousal, basically your mind and body staying too revved up to settle down. A consistent routine works like a dimmer switch for your nervous system, gradually lowering that internal excitement level until sleep becomes inevitable rather than elusive. The weird part is how simple this process actually is. You don't need expensive gadgets or complex meditation techniques. Your routine could be as basic as washing your face, doing 3 gentle stretches, and reading a few pages of a book. What matters isn't the specific activities, it's the repetition and consistency that create the magic. Well, here's something most people don't realize. Your routine becomes more powerful over time, not weaker. Each night you repeat the pattern, you're strengthening neural pathways that connect those activities with sleepiness. After a month, your body starts releasing sleep hormones the moment you begin your routine. After 3 months, the effect becomes almost automatic. And let's not forget the psychological benefits. People with evening routines report feeling significantly less stressed about bedtime itself, no more anxiety about whether tonight will be another sleepless night, no more wondering if you'll be exhausted tomorrow. The routine becomes your guarantee that sleep will come, which paradoxically makes it come even easier. But knowing the science is only half the battle. The real challenge is creating a routine that actually works for your body and lifestyle, one that releases physical tension accumulated throughout your day while preparing your muscles for the deep, restorative sleep that keeps you healthy and energetic for decades to come. After understanding how your brain responds to routine, we can tackle the physical side of winding down. Your body carries the weight of every single day. Literally, that tight shoulder from hunching over your computer, the stiff neck from looking down at your phone, the lower back that screams after 8 hours of sitting, all of that tension follows you to bed. Here's what most people get wrong about bedtime stretches. They think you need a yoga mat, special clothes, or 20 minutes of complicated poses. Wrong. The most effective muscle release happens right where you're going to sleep anyway, on your bed. Let's start with something ridiculously simple. Lie on your back and pull one knee toward your chest. Hold it for 30 seconds, switch legs. That's it. This basic move releases your hip flexors, which get tight from sitting all day. Tight hips pull on your lower back, creating that nagging ache that keeps you shifting positions all night. Then there's the lying twist that works like magic. Stay on your back, arms spread wide, and drop both knees to one side. Your shoulders stay flat. Hold for a minute, then switch sides. This gentle rotation wrings out tension in your spine like squeezing water from a sponge. The twist also activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part that tells your body it's safe to rest. But here's the surprising part about bedtime stretches. They're not really about flexibility, they're about communication. When you slowly stretch a muscle, you're sending a direct message to your nervous system. Hey, we're done for the day. Time to power down. That's why people who do gentle stretches before bed fall asleep 37% faster than those who don't. Your neck deserves special attention because it holds the most stress. Simple neck rolls work wonders. Sit on the edge of your bed and slowly roll your head in a circle. 5 times one way, 5 times the other. Feel those knots dissolving. That's years of tension finally getting the memo to leave. The weirdest thing about muscle tension is how it feeds on itself. Tight shoulders create shallow breathing. Shallow breathing increases anxiety. Anxiety tightens your shoulders more. It's like a stress spiral that keeps spinning until you physically interrupt it with movement. Here's a move that breaks that cycle instantly. Lie face down and push up into what yogis call child's pose. Knees tucked under you, arms stretched forward, forehead resting down. This position naturally deepens your breathing while stretching your entire back chain. Stay there for 2 minutes and feel your heart rate slow. The real genius of bedtime stretching isn't just immediate relief. Regular gentle movement before sleep keeps your joints mobile as you age. People who stretch nightly report 40% fewer aches and pains after age 50. Think of it as insurance against tomorrow's stiffness. Most importantly, these simple moves prepare your body to fully surrender to sleep. Relaxed muscles need less oxygen, which slows your breathing and heart rate naturally. While physical tension melts away with gentle movement, there's still that chattering mind to quiet. Your thoughts can sabotage even the most relaxed body. Your muscles are finally relaxed, but your brain, well, that's a different story. It's like having a calm body with a mind that's running a marathon at midnight. Racing thoughts, tomorrow's to-do list, that awkward conversation from 3 weeks ago, they all show up right when you want peace. Here's what most people get wrong about quieting mental noise. They try to force their thoughts to stop. That's like trying to stop a river by standing in front of it. The water just finds another way around you, usually louder and more chaotic than before. Deep breathing works differently. It doesn't fight your thoughts, it gives them somewhere else to go. When you breathe slowly and deliberately, you're literally changing your brain chemistry. Each long exhale triggers your vagus nerve, which sends a chill-out signal throughout your entire system. your heart rate drops, blood pressure goes down, even your digestive system relaxes. The 4-7-8 method hits the sweet spot for bedtime. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Sounds simple? It is. But here's the weird part, most people feel drowsy after just 3 rounds. That's because you're flooding your bloodstream with calming chemicals while starving your brain of the oxygen it needs to keep those anxious thoughts spinning. Then there's meditation, which sounds intimidating until you realize it's just organized thinking. You don't need to sit cross-legged or chant anything. Lying in bed, focus on one thing, your breath, a word, even the feeling of your sheets. When your mind wanders, and it will, just notice it happened and come back to your focus point. That's it. You're meditating. Research shows that people who meditate before sleep fall asleep 37% faster than those who don't. Their deep sleep phases last longer too. Makes sense, right? You're training your brain to let go of the day's mental clutter instead of dragging it into dreamland with you. Let's not forget the power of a worry dump. Keep a notebook by your bed, nothing fancy, just paper and pen. When anxious thoughts pop up, write them down. Not solutions, just the worry itself. Your brain treats written worries differently than mental ones. Once it's on paper, your mind stops trying to remember it, which means it stops repeating it on loop. The beauty of these mental calming techniques lies in their compound effect. Each night you practice them, your baseline stress level drops a little more. Your nervous system learns to shift into rest mode faster, blood pressure stays lower throughout the day. Not just at bedtime, but consistency matters more than perfection. Missing a night won't ruin everything, but skipping too many will. Your brain needs repetition to build these calming pathways. The good news, once they're established, they become automatic. Your mind is finally learning to cooperate with your body's relaxation. Yet there's one more piece that determines whether this peaceful routine becomes a lifelong habit or just another failed attempt at better sleep. You've learned the moves. You understand the science. But here's where most people crash and burn, actually sticking with it. The graveyard of abandoned evening routines is bigger than a forgotten gym membership list. Why? Because people make it too complicated. Keep it stupidly simple. 10 minutes max. That's it. You're not training for the Olympics here, you're just trying to get better sleep. The moment your routine takes longer than brushing your teeth, you'll find excuses. I'm too tired tonight. I'll start tomorrow. Sound familiar? Well, here's the thing about your brain. It loves shortcuts. After about 3 weeks of doing the same evening steps, your body starts going into relaxation mode automatically. It's like muscle memory, but for sleep. Your nervous system literally learns to chill out on command. Then there's the power of environmental cues. Dim those lights 30 minutes before bed. Not completely dark, you're not living in a cave, but soft enough that your brain gets the memo. Harsh overhead lighting tricks your body into thinking it's noon in July. And those screens? They're basically tiny suns blasting your eyeballs with wake-up signals. But the weird part is how flexible this routine can actually be. Traveling? Do your stretches in the hotel room. Stressed about work? That's when you need it most, not when you skip it. Your routine should bend, not break. Miss a night? Big deal. Miss a week? Now we have a problem. Consistency beats perfection every single time. Makes sense, right? You're building a habit, not achieving a perfect score. Even doing half your routine is better than doing nothing. Some nights you might only have time for 3 deep breaths and 1 quick stretch. That still counts. Let's not forget what happens after a few months of this. Your energy during the day shoots up. Your focus gets sharper. People start asking if you're drinking more coffee or taking vitamins. Nope, you're just sleeping like a human being is supposed to sleep. And the long-term payoff? Your immune system gets stronger. Your skin looks better. Your mood stabilizes. You get sick less often. These aren't promises from some miracle product. This is what happens when you give your body consistent, quality rest. The research backs this up hard. People who maintain regular sleep routines don't just live longer, they live better. Their minds stay sharper into old age. Their bodies handle stress more efficiently. They're basically running on premium fuel while everyone else is stuck with regular gas. Your evening routine becomes your secret weapon. While everyone else is burning out from poor sleep, you're getting stronger. While they're relying on caffeine to function, you're naturally energized. While they're stressed and scattered, you're calm and focused. Here's your challenge. Start tonight. Pick 2 simple things from what we've covered. Do them for 1 week, then add one more thing the following week. Before you know it, you'll have built something that serves you for decades. Better sleep isn't just about feeling rested tomorrow, it's about being healthier, sharper, and more alive for years to come.